Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm out at the creek again. Alright, it is a beautiful day at the creek, but we've got a lot of shadows going on, so bear with me. But I have another knife review for you. Yes, this is an old-timer, right? An old-timer Sharpfinger, but you might be surprised. This one is actually made in the USA, and it is 1095 high carbon steel. Let's take a closer look at it. Now, how sharp was this? Well, mine actually required some sharpening out of the box, but I read some other reviews where the reviewers said that theirs was very sharp. So I guess it just depends. Maybe it's a little bit of a crapshoot, so it just kind of depends if you get lucky whether this is going to require some extra sharpening out of the box or not. Right? This is a skinner, or just a food processing knife. Of course, you can also just use it for general cutting tasks. Wow, this is a beauty. A true full tang, right? They dye the bone. This is actually most likely a cow bone. By making the tip a trailing tip, it gives you more belly. Now, belly is the part of the edge that curves back to the tip, all right, that you slice with. 1095 high carbon, right? Yeah, so this is the reason that this is their deluxe Sharpfinger is because of the quality of that steel. Let's get an official weight on this. All right, we have 105.6 grams. Let me change the unit. 3.72 ounces. Your knife is going to come in a box like this. Now, old timer, you know, that is a brand of Schrade, which in turn was sold to Smith & Wesson, right, from Taylor Brands. This is the OTG, which is their generations, right? Old timer generations or generational. That line is made in the USA. All right, at this time I'm going to roll in some footage from earlier this morning. First thing I did was test this out on some beef and some chicken. So we've got some steak here. It's doing well. I mean, you can see that. Of course, I mean, you know, any sharp knife is going to do very well against flesh, right? We know that. You know, meat is just not very resistant to cutting, but there you go. Now with beef like this, I usually don't cut it up at all. I just will, you know, cook it in one piece. But we can put this in a stew or something in the slow cooker. All right, well, it's doing well. All right, it's the early morning here, so if you hear birds, you know, as well as people starting their trucks, that's the way it goes. But you're just going to have to imagine that this was some critter that you hunted out there. All right, here's a chicken thigh. Now again, I usually don't even cut these up. Right, I just cook the whole thigh. But just so you can see it gliding through, you know, there you go. Want to make some sort of chicken bits or whatever? I mean, you could do surgery with this thing, you know? Just cuts very cleanly. It's a bit slimy. Yeah, what can I say? It's a very sharp knife, and it would have no problem on whatever you are cutting up, right? Yeah, I don't know what you're hunting. Probably deer, actually. All right, so there you go. So this is great for cutting up meat, you know, its purpose in life. Now this knife right here is a Case trapper knife, and this beautiful knife right here is one of my Case saddle horn knives. So basically, if you want to know what this looks like in real life, well, if you own a Case knife, the finish on this, it's exactly similar to that on a really nice Case knife. You almost never see that on 1095 high carbon steel, right? I have so many 1095 knives, Tops, K-Bar, Essie, Schrade, right? I have so many 1095 knives, but it's a pain in the ass to put a finish like this on 1095. So that's one reason that I'm liking this quite a bit. Here is a knife on some paracord. You know, if you're a hunter, you're going to use your hunting knife for whatever chores you need to do. You know, not just cutting up the future food. So cut a few things with this. All right, here it is on a piece of a box, like utility function. It's pretty sharp. Thick ass piece of a box. Alright, so there you go. Here it is cutting some stretchy bike tire tubing. A little bit difficult because it tries to, when you try to cut it, that material will try to stretch rather than sit there being cut. But there you go. It resisted a little bit. We got it done. Alright, here is a knife on some seatbelt type material. Gotta push that part through. There you go. Hope you're all doing well. It's a nice day. I wish there were a little bit more cloud cover, because that's what determines if we're going to have a lot of shadows. And it's just easier for you to see when it's overcast. But alright, so if you had to like sharpen a pencil or something, there you go. Now, one thing you should know about this knife is that the price has been all over the place. I've seen this going for as high as $80, right? Now, I bought mine for $47. So for the price I paid, definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. But yeah, just keep watching that price. I will include a US Amazon link below, so whenever you're watching this, you can check the price. But it's going to be somewhere between $45 to actually $80. So do I recommend this knife? Absolutely. I think most people would be very happy to own this. It's not just for cutting up food. If you need a small fixed blade, just because maybe you prefer to carry a small fixed blade instead of a folder. About 10% of EDCers, in my experience, actually carry a small fixed blade. This would serve really well as an unobtrusive, classic looking knife. It's non-tactical looking, so just for around town. Yeah, I do recommend this. Well, alright, if you like videos like this, go ahead and subscribe to me. And if you're in the USA, try to use the links below the video, because those help support the channel and I really appreciate it. This has been We All Juggle Knives. I'm out.